And I'm live. Sharing. And I'm live. Sharing. Every other thing that just wants to be there.
Yeah, anything we didn't plant does well because it's not, nobody's forcing it to be anywhere.
Yeah. So we got the Biden Pelosi's coming back.
I can't see.
We got a couple flowers behind the maple tree.
Oh yeah, I see. Is it blooming yet?
Yeah, there's a couple flowers.
Biden Pelosi.
Oh, hello, whoever's there. You're quick. I'm still over here sharing. So share this with your friends. Share this with your enemies. And we'll get some people in here. Let's see. Trying to not invite the same people twice. I don't know why this thing just doesn't keep track. See, some of these people have like 5 different accounts. I don't know which one to hit. All right, there you go. That's all the self-promotion I'm going to do right here. And definitely I can't do this with the sunglasses. Hello, Mojo. Hey, Deanna. Hey, April. Hey, Flower Lady. I see people are already liking. Yep, keep liking, because I'm sure when Uncle Birch is on, controversy will happen. And as long as we're getting more love than we get hate, we tend to win the algorithm. Lux Lady Crystal, how are you? Mouse, thanks for liking the live. April liking the live. Uncle Birch and Aunt Marta coming to you live from New Orleans.
I'm just sitting here minding my own business.
She's minding her business.
Don't mind my hair. It's Sunday. I'm a little extra today.
What a beautiful day. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great day here. Mm-hmm. It's not hot. It's perfect. It's not hot, but it's not cold.
I don't even know what the temperature is, but
I can look.
Yeah, we got this breeze going on.
Oh, it's nice. It's 81, feels like 85.
Oh, wow. Doesn't feel like 85. That's crazy. Sitting outside, Lux Lady Crystal. He's like, is Marta and Birch live? I checked and bingo. Yes. So if you're not following, follow and hit that little bell thing so you get all notifications when I go live. I was going to do it yesterday because Saturday's been kind of habitual, but it just was not the day to do it. Pale Crow Tarot, how are you? Is that you?
Oh,
I just heard some music.
I'm sorry. I thought it was coming from
exactly. Music in the air in New Orleans could be coming from absolutely anywhere. Actually, I'm kind of surprised I don't hear anything.
James. What? Yeah.
It's like a Sunday. The bakery's open right about now.
When it's really cold, you really hear much. Actually, haven't heard any birds chirping today. Really, we've had the last couple days. It's been really noisy out here. And people we hear the marching bands and stuff. As soon as the weather gets better, everything comes alive.
I'm pretty sure
our plants are doing great.
Pretty sure I finally saw a monarch today.
Oh.
Not here.
Oh.
But, down the road a bit, but I haven't seen any anywhere. And we have these epic milkweed plants.
Our milkweeds are blooming because nothing's eating them.
We once had so many milkweeds that Marta was going to get us on the official registry of the monarch
way stations.
Yeah. We would have had a plaque on the house and everything. But now we're down to one really hardy milkweed plant. Nothing's coming to eat it.
We weren't totally depressed about it because we ended up getting bees and a beehive.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, we lost the monarchs, but we gained the bees. But we had a tragedy struck.
Tragic.
And we lost the bees.
Lost the bees. Some critter that the bees chose to make their hive in was too big enough for some sort of critter to crawl into.
The entrance was big enough for an opossum or something that can climb, because it was really high up in the tree. But whatever can climb and has paws ruined the whole thing, and the honeycomb was in pieces.
So yeah, I found all the honeycombs on the ground.
I don't
Bees
think
were
any of the
gone.
bees died.
I didn't see
But
any bee
the
bodies.
hive was destroyed, and they obviously left.
Yeah, I think they
somewhere
bugged
else.
out. But they left us a gift of a buttload of honeycombs. I don't know if you can see that on the top.
Honeycombs.
I don't know if you can see that on top of the honey jar, the honey jar that's on the
table.
table.
Yeah.
I made a candle out of one of those honeycombs, and it burned very interestingly. Didn't finish. It was really windy, but I rolled up one of those honeycombs around a wick, and so the countless things that you can do with honeycombs and magic and hoodoo is just epic. So I'm trying to find something positive in it. When I first crawled up there on that ladder and stuck my fucking face in the beehive to see it, and stuck my camera in there, it was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. It brought great happiness and joy every day to watch their progress. And
I learned so much about bees. I was like obsessed, and I kept reading stuff to him, and I read him a bunch of bee porn. It was awesome.
It's always porn when she reads anything, really. But
I learned a lot. It was just fabulous.
And so
lost him.
partially one of the reasons I couldn't go live yesterday is like we were in mourning. That was the most tragic thing. I remember Marta was asking for a shot of whiskey last night, and I poured myself one before I brought her one. And I don't drink the hard stuff. No. That was traumatic, but they left us some gifts that will be used in magics for days to come. I already incorporated one into, I had a couple old mojo bags, and I redid them all into one mojo bag and added, I'm not going to show you the mojo bag, but one of the main components of this particular mojo bag was a gator foot, claws and all. Small gator foot clutching around some money. And that claw, one of those claws just dug into me all the time. It's always in my pocket, digging into my fucking sides. Like, all right, that's a sacrifice that I'm making to feed my mojo bag. I'm feeding it with my blood. I was able to take the one of those pieces of honeycomb and affix it to that claw, so it's not stabbing me in the side anymore. It's the most comfortable version of this mojo bag I've ever heard. So praise the bees. I will keep an eye on it. It's a great place for a beehive. Next time we get a beehive, I'm going to put up some sort of cage system that critters can't get through.
They sell these, artificial hives. There are a lot of people who are beekeepers.
I kind of want one.
But the thing is, I was really into the fact that they chose to be there.
I know.
Anybody can buy a beehive and import the bees and, do all that stuff, have the little box hanging out wherever they want. But just the fact that they chose to be there made it more special for me. Like, I'm not that into having an artificial beehive, but I was into having that beehive.
Yeah, I feel like I owe the bees. They came to our land, and I saw that something was messing with it, and had I moved faster, we didn't have anything on hand that I could have covered that up with, but not chicken wire.
They broke off a little chunk, the bottom chunk, a couple of days prior, so we knew that there was something messing with it. But I thought like maybe it just was going to stop, whatever it was.
But I was just wondering, I know it's not naturally derived, but is it possible to get a small colony and stick it in that hole, and then I'll put the cage up? I want to do over.
Well, that's kind of like an artificial beehive, except it's.
Well, it's artificially transplanted.
As far as bringing the bees in.
Yeah, it's just transplanted bees, really. But and I'd love it to happen the way that it happened before, but I feel guilt, and I'm not Catholic anymore. I did away with that. I feel like there's more I could have done. I thought that bees defended the hive, and that if something got in there, they'd sting them to death.
Well,
but then after doing the research, then we find out, a bunch of the critters we have will fucking do that. And if I'd done the research before.
Listen.
Yeah. I'm
they
ready
can
to.
only sting once and then they die. So it's like,
Oh,
realistically, how many times is that whatever try to get the honeycombs
yeah,
gonna get stung? Like probably not enough. Obviously, not enough to stop
yeah,
it.
yeah, and yeah, Karen. Absolutely, the bees are so important. They're having such a hard time. I wish I'd have done more to support them. I took a day off. It was a busy day. I didn't go up and check on them, and I'm just my yeah, the Catholic is still in there. I'm feeling they probably had enough time. If I'd have just checked on them that one fucking day, I could have done some cage thing to save them, and I'll never be able to convince myself otherwise.
Yeah, we were
I'm not
thinking
going
of
to cry.
something
I
that's
almost did.
too small for something to stick its paw in there,
Yeah,
but big enough for the bees to fly in and out of.
yeah,
Not chicken wire, because raccoons can go through chicken wire,
yeah.
but something maybe a little sturdier and smaller
Yeah.
than chicken wire.
Well, Lux Lady Crystal, I don't know what those hornets are, but we learned a thing that in the winter, the bees, form around the queen and shake their bodies to make body heat, keeping it 95 degrees all through, keeping the queen at
All
95
winter.
degrees
All
all
winter.
winter. I don't
And
know
she
if they
just
do like
sits
the
there.
penguins and like the outside get to go on the inside at some point, or how they
I don't
work
think
that.
so. They kind of like move, like shake around a lot to generate more heat.
Hmm.
I don't think they switch off like penguins.
Yeah.
But the queen stays warm in the middle all year round, and she just sits there and eats honey
Hmm.
or royal jelly.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, are you guys going to harvest some honey?" And well, we learned that the honey is for the bees to survive the winter. It's
If it was an artificial hive, a
take
lot
their-
of beekeepers will
Yeah.
put some aside for themselves.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in a natural hive, we weren't gonna touch it.
I mean, there's some excess that drips down that I was trying to figure out a way to collect, but maybe next time. We'll see. So anybody who wants to come on has got something to talk about. There's been a lot that's gone on. The whole Bree Witch trial, badgering Uncle Birch into being judge, jury, and executioner. It's gone on for this past week or so since the last live, where I was descended upon by. I ended up. I was waiting to pick my kid up from school, and I scrolled across the live with all of the worst people, all the people that I just don't get along with. They're all in one live. I was watching in a way that you couldn't see that I was there, and then I accidentally bumped a thing, and then they could see that I was there. They'd be like, "Hey y'all, Uncle Birch is here. Uncle Birch is here." And they start talking shit. So I clicked on the little thing to get in the box, and then she said, "Hey everybody, Uncle Birch wants to get in the box. Is everybody okay with that?" I never do that. Am I that threatening? So I got in the box, all the way up to 5 minutes of my kid getting out of the door. I'm in there having a screaming match with these people, and then later I got in there live again when I was taking the dogs for a walk, walking down the street, in a screaming match with Kalek Cross and everybody, trying to convict Bree for using a very inappropriate term towards Irish people, which is KAT, all capitals, which is kill, unalive, all tigs. I can't even say that. It's a Gaelic word, which means Irish Catholics. So not just Irish Catholics specifically. This was used in Britain and in Ireland during the times of strife with the IRA and everything. And I gotta say, I had to Google hard to find it. These people had said that Bree did this thing, and I had to Google hard to find it. And then every Irish person, every Scottish person that are actually living in Ireland, living in Scotland, or in my feed, did not know what that meant. But we're supposed to hold Bree to a higher standard of knowing what that meant when she posted it. Now, that video, which is no longer on Bree's page once she found out what it meant, which is what you do when you fucked up. Bree says she did not know that at the time. Bree says to me that that's not her video, somebody else made it. And I did not ask who made it because I'm not going there right yet. I was asked to investigate, or I was badgered into investigating the Bree situation because she's my friend and I somehow have some sort of responsibility to speak out against things because I'm an elder. And having taken such initiatory oaths, I did that. And yeah, Doc, I don't know, did you know what that meant? I tend to consider myself pretty knowledgeable, especially with the IRA English political situation through the 60s all the way through the 90s, where they became a political wing, Sinn Féin. And I knew nothing of that term. Never heard of it, had to look it up. Definitely Americans don't know what that term meant. Now, however, the video that was shown, that Bree shared, had a lot of other text in it that clearly indicated that the person that made that video knew exactly what KAT meant. And there was one name being thrown around to me by all these by the haters. And I asked that person, and he told me he did not do that, and I tend to be really good at sussing out lies. And I know that person. That person wouldn't have my phone number if I didn't have some trust for that person. But that person said they didn't do it. I don't know who did it. Bree hasn't addressed it. I had hoped to see something from her addressing the issue because all of her enemies are using that to attack her. Now, the fact that all of her enemies are using that to attack her really doesn't carry weight in the court. What I see is a bunch of people that already hated Bree, and then something came down the pike that they thought they could pin on Bree that was shaky, if best. And none of them had done any research to vet the sources or vet the information.
That's how people are. If you already dislike somebody, it takes very little to get you all up in arms about something.
Absolutely. I will not attack an enemy with a lie, even though that lie may be beneficial to my campaign. I will take them down with truth. That's the only way to keep them down. Regina, how the hell are you? Yeah, be sure and invite your friends, invite your enemies. I'm sure I invited Regina. I made it up that far before I stopped inviting people. But that's where I'm at. We have circumstantial evidence that the thing is, the video that Bree posted is unlike any video that Bree has ever posted. It's in a format that Bree tends not to use. Now, it did tend to be the format of somebody else that she often shares, which is that person that I went to and asked them if they did it, and they told me that they didn't do it. And I believe that. But it wasn't that format that that person often uses. Now, however, it should be stated that somebody's using that a name that sounds very much like that person's old account and posting a bunch of propaganda and stuff that's supposed to be evidence and attacking people under that person's name, but isn't actually that person. Now, those of you that are actually following what's going on may have figured out who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to name names. But if y'all want to jump up in the box, jump up in the box. If anybody wants to jump up in the box, jump up in the box. But that's the kind of thing that I've been approached with. I was told by Grammy Druid, who jumped on to this whole thing of Bree unaliving her husband with magic, giving Bree a whole lot of credit. Plenty of people I'd like to do that to, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a hit and miss kind of thing. But at any rate, Grammy Druid said to me on that live that Bree had posted a video making fun of her mentally challenged daughter. And I saw that video, and Bree had that. I watched that entire video, and I tend to be able to recognize mentally challenged. We get a lot of that in the crowd. I didn't see anything like that. I saw no signs of any known malady that would be called mentally challenged in that video. What I did see in that video was Grammy Druid's daughter accusing Grammy Druid of abusing her. The entire video. And that's why Grammy Druid had a problem with that video being shared. Regina. Oh, it's a banner day.
Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm in the car, so like if I sound really funky, just let me know. It sounded super. Sounds fucky wucky on my end. Hold on. Let me fix that. That'd be better. Okay. Okay. Much better. Oh, hi, Nikki. Hello.
Oh yeah, Nikki's here. Hey, Nikki. Haven't seen you in forever. Nikki can jump in the box. I keep seeing people that are suggesting me to invite, but those aren't people that asked to be on. So, nope, somebody else is asking down here. Let's see. That is Lux, Lady Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh.
How y'all? How y'all?
You know, I on this whole Bree situation, if I can comment, she's obviously not here to speak for herself, so I won't try to do that for her. Of course, I can just tell you from a fact of having known her as long as I have, I know for a fact she didn't make that video. She did not. But my question then becomes, first of all, do we know for a fact that it was posted on her YouTube? A, and B, if it was for a fact posted on her YouTube, she knows where the video came from. So why doesn't she tell us who it was? If those are the cases, if that's the line of trajectory that we're going with.
Well, like I said before, I was expecting and would like some sort of acknowledgement, retraction, or maybe apology for using that term. Even, hey, Bree, come on up. Even if she didn't know. If I had to use that term, I didn't know, and then I knew, I'd have to address that. And she told me she didn't know, and most people don't know. Most people in the United States don't know. Most Irish have didn't know.
Oh, sure. And I understand there are so many slurs out there in this world because this world is full of ugly, hateful people. I mean, there are slurs that I know for a fact that I know I can't possibly know all of them. There's no way to know every single one of them exists. So I don't expect anybody to have an encyclopedia knowledge of that. But I'm just curious, where did the video come from then?
Bree, still going out with a blast? You're here.
I'm here.
Hi.
Hey, Regina. Hey, Crystal.
Hello.
Bree! All right. So, first of all, I will let you guys know that I gave my word yesterday for 30 days not to perpetuate the bullshit. So, I will tell you if you ask me a direct question, I will answer you.
Okay, so who made the video? That's my direct question.
I know who made the video, and I'm not saying who made the video. And that actually, what matters is I posted the video to my YouTube. So that portion I am accountable for. I'm not here. I'm not going to throw anybody underneath the bus. So
No,
there's
I
that.
get you. But that actually answers my question completely. That tells me exactly who it is. I was right, and okay, that's it.
I still don't know who it is. I have some ideas. But like I was saying before, I don't know if you're here before, Bree, but that video is not Bree's style. I've never seen video post a video like that with just a bunch of text and stuff. I've seen her repost some other people's videos that are very much that style. That person told me they didn't do it, so I'm not going to call them a liar. I would need more evidence. But I was promised when I stumbled into that live, all of this evidence that I've refused to see. I saw about 5 different versions of that same screenshot from that same video. And then the thing about with Homer Simpson on the ground, which wasn't Bree either, and the thing that Bree was allegedly making fun of Grammy Druid's daughter, and there's no text on there that's making fun of her. She just reposted Grammy Druid's daughter's video about her saying that Grammy Druid abused her. So I'm getting why Grammy Druid was worked up about that. But for Grammy Druid to have jumped on this bandwagon, blaming Bree for everything, and they're going, well, a lot of the evidence is, innuendo. And I go, that doesn't fly in this court. You're not going to come over here with innuendo and, what were you going to use vague books off of Facebook now? No, again, logic, reason, and evidence. You've got to have actual evidence. And they're going, well, you were an ex-cop. Didn't you ever see, the guilty go free? And I said, yeah, but I still, to this day, believe in our legal system when it runs appropriately. The wisdom behind it is very fucking wise. It can be abused, absolutely. The guilty go free. Sometimes the innocent get convicted, but it's the best we have, and it keeps us from becoming a mob when we demand logic, reason, and evidence. Everywhere I go on social media, it's all about mobbing up on.
I would say that if you are find oh sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Birch. I thought you had stopped talking.
I was,
No, all I was gonna say is that if you are, as a witch, struggling to find the logic, the reason, and the evidence, or trying to provide that to somebody and you just don't fucking have it, well, where's your truth spell? Where's that?
yeah.
Because
Bingo.
I do believe that the truth will come to light, point blank, period. And that is absolutely just part of my beliefs. I don't know. I know that not everybody believes that. I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to urge things along. If the truth is out there, it will come to light. I believe that.
Well, I think truth spells are very much like justice spells, and people that actually know what they're doing are reluctant to cast such spells because it exposes their evil deeds as well.
Then you should come with clean hands.
Like Judge Judy says, if you're going to come to court, you better come to court with some clean hands. You know, here's the thing. The internet has a very long memory. And I'm not going to say this about everybody, but most people have integrity. And the truth is the truth. Okay? And Celtic Hex put the lie out there that I did a death curse on Grammy Druid's husband, knowing full well that the man had already been in the hospital, had already had surgery. She already knew he was not doing well. He passed away on April 5th. And on April 6th, Grammy Druid was in a live with some other individuals, creators, and allowed and perpetuated that lie. And I will say, it wasn't just on me. I did become the main target, but I was not the only target of that lie. And Grammy Druid dishonored her own husband's passing. I never did, so.
Yeah, sewing up the cake. Okay.
Okay, babe. It's very hard to believe a bunch of the things that you see on the internet because you have apps like and websites like Speechify. I can make it sound like any one of you had a conversation with me, and it would sound legit just by using these apps because of the AI technology.
Yeah, we've got to be aware of that. And I must say, when I stumbled into that live, not only did Grammy Druid accept that, Grammy Druid perpetuates that narrative and tried to convince me of that. But it may have been Grammy Druid that said, a lot of things, they're innuendo and vague. And it's like, well, you know what? Unfortunately, that's why they're going to have a hard time convicting Trump. Everything's innuendo and vague. Mob bosses don't tell you, hey, I want you to whack that guy. They say, hey, I want you to take care of something. So innuendo and vague are not things that I can rule upon.
People have asked me, Well, why don't you take those videos down? Why don't you apologize for this or that? I have yet to get an apology. There are tons of videos on YouTube and around TikTok. You know what? Just because we're good guys, that don't mean that we're going to sit back and allow low blow after low blow and not stand up to it. So how about they apologize? How about they take down their videos? And how about they sit down, have a Coke, and shut up?
Hey, I should put it out there. Does anybody I trust out there want to be an admin? I was accused, and that's the whole reason I got into the live with all them bitches the other day. I've been accused of allowing doxing on my live because I'm apparently supposed to pay attention to every single comment here and police it while talking to all these people here. So, Lux Lady Crystal admin. Let me see how I do that. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to admin.
Birch, can I say something? Birch, when I saw you make the video about the innuendos and you have yet to see evidence and yada, 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 I'm like, well, Birch just inadvertently stepped out onto the battlefield and now he is going to become their target. But if anybody knows you, you thrive in this environment. Your business does very well. And the good thing about this is, I'm stepping away. I'm going to leave my TikTok in place, but I'm going to step away for a while for my own benefit. But you know what? Good for you, Birch, for taking up that torch.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm definitely not going to go away right now because we might not, it might go away maybe 9 months from now or something, but so many people have tried to make me go away from this app. That's why I'll never go away from the app. It's like y'all had an old strategy that didn't work out. Because the problem is, if you're going to attack somebody, know your enemy. Know who you're attacking. The city of Santa Cruz will tell you. Busted in Santa Cruz, California. They called the police on me. This shop, rather than coming outside and asking me like a human, hey, you're kind of loud. You've been here for a while, singing those really loud political songs. Could you move along? Instead, they called the cop on me. So I told the owner, I said, if you had treated me like a human being and come at me correct, we could have worked this out, and I would have absolutely been happy to move along. But no, now I have an absolute right to play for 1 hour before I rotate. And then I take a half an hour off, and then I can come back here to this spot and play for another hour. I had several businesses that I ended up doing that with for 15 years. And one day, I had this pirate radio station, and one of the reporters from the pirate radio station went inside to this business that was calling the police on me for playing loud political music out front. And the cop stopped her and he says, "Ma'am, I understand your frustration. The thing you got to understand is that man out there that you're dealing with, that is Phil Free. He has a whole army of activists. He has a pirate radio station. He can get unlimited information out about this thing. If you mess with him, he will be back every day. The thing that we've found out in over a decade of dealing with Mr. Phil Free, leave him alone and he'll go home."
You are a vengeful motherfucker.
I am a vengeful motherfucker. I made that my job. I had no other source of income. I said, "Oh, motherfucker," I was just fucking around, playing some songs, to make a little extra cash, hanging around Santa Cruz. And that became my fucking full-time job. I played 8 hours a fucking day on those streets because some motherfucker came along and told me I couldn't do it. Learn who you're fucking with. I'll be here till TikTok is dead. And I have a VPN. I'll probably be here after it's dead. None of you will be here.
Out of curiosity, what is the purpose of this 30-day ceasefire between all y'all? I'm just curious. I'm not involved in any of this. I'm just wondering what the 30 days is going to do. Are we just hoping everybody kind of cools off and gets over things, or what?
I
To
don't.
starve them out.
I've not been approached about any 30-day ceasefire. What?
To starve them out, to give no credence, no value, no energy to the lies. It's really a simple plan. It's do not go tit for do not go tit for tat. Do not make response videos.
Energetic energy works.
Oh, Ryan, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Let me ask you, since you're here,
Yes, sir.
did you make that video with the cat?
I did not, like I told you on the phone, and I did not.
You have no knowledge of that.
Funny, because it looks exactly like all of your other videos, but you know,
Well, I see what you're saying, but so do all of the videos being put out, which with two dogs, all one word, no two in the middle, which is an account that's posing as him, posting a lot of videos like that. So I would not put it past these individuals.
Guys, I told y'all I know who made the video. Chris did not make the video. Well,
Well, there you go. I guess she left because she got her butt hurt feelings as usual.
no, it's okay for somebody not to like someone's answer and to disagree. That's fine.
Well, maybe she can go do other stuff like she normally does, you know.
Well, we're doing
You know, so since Pictus is here, I want to say this, and I've already said it once, and I'll say it again. Pictus, I posted that video to my YouTube channel. I did not understand what it meant. As soon as I did, I took it down from my YouTube. So
yeah.
I take responsibility for posting it on YouTube. It was never my intentions to hurt or to incite that kind of pain onto a whole community, a land, and a country.
Uncle Bert, I have a question for you.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Ryan?
I did do something wrong because I posted something that I had no knowledge or understanding the depth of it. So even though I can feign ignorance to it, it doesn't matter. It's still there. Now, and I'm not even going to say in my defense, other people spoke up about it. Other people made very detailed videos of what it is. So mine is just it's a YouTube. I got 800 followers, okay. But responsibility is responsibility. Now, am I going to apologize to Celtic X? No, I'm not. That would be rather hypocritical of me.
So my question, Uncle Bert, with the live that we had with Oak, and I understand exactly what he was saying, and he was respectful. He's saying that he's afraid that it'll incite violence, and just the mention of the word, and the oyster or whatever he said they were. But as soon as Bree found out what it meant, she pulled it immediately. But it's continually playing on Miami's channel. They play it on their channel. Celtic Hex has it on her channel. So if they're so worried about the implications of those initials, why are they propagating? Why are they leaving it out there? That if that was the whole point, is that shouldn't even be uttered. That shouldn't even be in people's minds. Why is it still out there?
The N word over and over and over. I get it. And the thing is, I'm a political activist of 2 decades, and I always said I would never go to my homeland of Ireland because I'll never come home. I joined the IRA and never come home. Now I'm probably too old. I should have known, but I did not. And I'm of the type that is in knowledge of those political ideas and racist political ideas, especially in Ireland. I did not know. Most Americans didn't know. Most of the people living in Ireland and the people living in Scotland that follow me, that commented, they didn't know either. So it's not a widely known thing. But once we know, well, then we got to change change everything we did, accept responsibility for what we did. But the fact that we should know is ridiculous. Ooh, Drunken Oracle's here.
Hey, I gotta go soon. I gotta go back to work. I stepped out so I could say something. First, and the reason that I hopped on here is because Regina had asked something. She said, what was the purpose of the 30-day stop or ceasefire or anything? And y'all gave your answers, and I just wanted to give mine, like, publicly. It's to support the victims, mine included. Like, I showed my ass, and I feel horrible for the people that it affected, because mentally, when people have done it to me, it's affected me very negatively. And so, like, I decided to go ahead and put everything aside. Anything that needs to be said has been said many, many times. But, like, so I put all of it aside so that the people who have been victimized throughout all of this can feel safe again, because the community, it's a witch talk. Like, we're supposed to be here for the witches, and we're just here for the drama, and I fucking hate that. So and then another thing, Chris, specifically, I don't like the thing that you said when Regina left. I understand that y'all have hurt feelings right now, but there's no need to make side comments. She had to leave because that's something she felt she needed to do, and it should be respected even if you don't like her.
Well, Nikki, I appreciate your comment, but she already tried to throw me under the bus by saying I made that comment. So I appreciate what you're saying, but it doesn't really matter what you say to me.
Yeah, and I know you came up here to exonerate yourself, and she doesn't have to believe you. She doesn't have a right to, I don't know how to say that, but, like, she doesn't have to believe you, and if she doesn't, that's perfectly fine. You've said what you needed to say. You made your point, and it should be
Right.
over.
But her side comment when I say I didn't make it and she went, psst. So no, that's not going to fly with me. And I didn't come here to exonerate myself. I came here to support my friend Bree and Wendy. That's why I'm here.
I got you.
Nikki, can I say something real quick before you leave?
Yes, ma'am.
You know the Byrons that you put in your phone case to protect your phone that got taken? Those Byrons are Byrons for protection in battle. So, if that helps you, maybe that give you some clarity. Okay.
Thank you. That's probably why my account didn't get taken down during everything, but the phone getting taken was a whole other issue. So that absolutely tracks. Thank you.
You're welcome. So the 30 days, Ursa's in the box. It was her idea. So I think she can give a better explanation of the intentions, and she can say it better than me.
Ursa?
Oh, sorry. I'm just waking up.
Long night, huh?
No, I was taking a nap.
Naps are amazing.
I love them. I love them. But, so the purpose of the 30 days is basically just to, it's the idea is just to do a full stop of the bullshit, and whoever wants to agree to do a full stop because they're sick of it, sick of seeing it, sick of hearing about it, can all join together and doing a full stop. And the full stop is a full stop. It means to not go looking, not say, oh, so-and-so's talking about so-and-so, not bringing it to the other person's attention, because together, if we're all doing a full stop, No one should be looking to see what the others are doing and posting and saying, and no one should be spreading it. If you want to stop, then that's the whole point, right? Is if you want to. This has gone on for so long. So many people have been affected. So many people are being harmed in their real life. It's not just a TikTok thing to ignore and get over. People's real lives are being affected. So the point is for us and whoever agrees with doing the 30-day full stop is that we're just going to starve that attention seeking out.
You know, everybody press record right now. That's some serious wisdom coming from Ursa, what she just said. And I will sign on to that as well. I'm not going to talk about this for 30 days. I don't know what we'll talk about on the next live. I mean, if you guys bring it up, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But
I agreed to it.
the question that I have is, when did you become a cat person, Ursa? Because I had this thing happen last night. There was this glitch. I was in Ursa's live like hours before, and whenever I turned on TikTok, no matter who I was listening to, I was also listening to Ursa's live, and the entire time there's this cat meowing.
I've always had cats.
Ursa was in there and that cat, and she's sitting there talking to the cat, and I never heard her. Yeah, I know she's a dog person, but I never knew you were a cat person too.
Yeah, I've had 4 cats for about 4 years now. And then I just had kittens, but I have 8 dogs and 4 cats. My cats, they just play a different role in the house. People know about my dogs because they're always barking and just being front and center.
Yeah, the kitten that requires attention. Yeah, all night long until I rebooted my phone. No matter who I tried to watch, I was also listening to Ursa's live, and most of it was her conferring with her cat.
I guess there was a message there. What was I saying?
My cats took attention too. Well, yeah.
Back to the 30-day thing. Like the thing is, I know it's really hard to not let the bullshit get under our skin and not react. And I know that's going to be the hardest part of this because I know some people it's harder for some people than others to just ignore shit. And I get that. That's why when we were talking about how we were going to do this, we all agreed, whoever agreed to agree, is that we're going to together shield together. So if we do by chance see something, or someone reaches out to us and says, hey, I saw this, I'm not okay with this, I want to react, or this hurt me, or whatever it would be, we are going to shield together. We're going to band together and shield together to protect that person and help them not react, help them stick with the 30-day full stop.
And I think part of that is for people that are trying to restart this or instigate it, like previous friends, because that person is previous friends with a couple of us here, just trying to start stuff all over again because whatever, vengeful reasons they might have. But that's what needs to stop too. That's why I jumped on and like, nah, that's not going to happen.
Well, remember when we discussed, like, if someone didn't want to be a part of that, that's fine, but they don't get to be a part of us, right? They don't get to be part of the community if they're going to be a danger to the community. If you don't want to agree, I'm blocking you. Like that was my boundary. Remember the past 2 days when we talked about it, I was like, like, if you are someone who wants to cause problems and wants to stir the pot, I don't want to fuck with you.
Agreed.
Like, end of story. Like if you're gonna choose that route, more than happy for you to do so, but I don't need to be involved with that. Because what I want is a safe place, and I personally don't want to deal with this shit no more. And I personally don't want my friends to reach out to me and be in some sort of mental duress due to the bullshit. I want to shield them from that. I want people's mental health to get better and heal and be in a place where we're out of this reactionary circle.
want a selfie at Hex Fest with Bree and Ursa. that'll that'll make all kinds of headway.
I told Celeste yesterday hell froze over, and I actually got a smile out of her. Sure did. Um, but to springboard off of what Celeste said, you know, especially when it's people that we genuinely have friendships and we care about, we don't want to see them hurt or harmed by the bullshit. And one of the ways to combat it behind the scenes magically is to shield, protect, invisibility, encourage one another to starve it out. I mean, there's more than one way. There's more than one way to approach this. Now, and Celeste said it better yesterday. You know, what will they do when we starve them out? Well, they will move on to another individual, and hopefully that individual will somehow be connected to one or all of, or the rest of us, and they will see the example that we lead by.
Word. This is all wisdom.
Right. And like Uncle Bert said earlier, I just want to reiterate to everyone, if you get a message from Witch Wit Two Dogs, I don't have that account anymore. I deleted that account and it had all like a year and a half worth of druidic stuff on it. They solely that name. They're going and harassing other people with that name and my
Stop.
profile picture.
Sorry.
So it's not me. And I just want everybody to know. And yeah, so went back to my sailor roots, and there you go.
I don't. And I'm sorry that they doxed you on my live. I didn't do that.
Hush, Connie. Another thing I wanted to point out, that we pointed out the other day, that I think it's really important to keep pointing out, is that they are knowing what we're saying. They're hearing what I'm saying. Do I think they're going to intensify their efforts just to make this fail? Absolutely. 100%. Do I think they're going to get worse before it gets better? Yes. But that's why I have said, if I have not blocked you, reach out to me. If you are being affected, and we could talk, we could chat. If I'm on live, we could join the live, we could talk. But the full stop is, we're not going to bash or speak negatively about whoever's doing it. We're just going to ignore their existence.
Yeah, I don't take back anything I said about Celtic Hex. It's always been drama and very little content, very little useful things. So, yeah, it's going to continue to be that way. But they'll find some other drama to latch on to if we ignore them long enough.
Yeah, and that's it, like that. Yeah, that's the hard part, is ignoring them. And also, it's like, I know that there's people who just aren't going to want to do it for ego's sake, or you know, they've done so much to so many people.
Yeah.
But this is just an attempt to try something different, because every time we talk about this, what I do notice in the comments is everyone begging for this to happen. Like, yes, please, let's go back to teaching, let's go back to learning. Like, everyone wants it. So I think the chance of it succeeding is a lot better than it failing, especially if we all really want it. Because, in craft, the only way we really manifest things is when we really want it. You can't half-ass it.
Just as a reminder too, part of this for us that's really important is, if you care about us and those people who are not even in these boxes but want to be a part of turning our backs on this situation and the people that are creating it, don't send us their damn video. We don't care. We don't want them. We have them blocked. If you go out of your way and you see their videos and you're sending them to us, then I'm going to assume you're not my friend. You don't really care about me because you don't care about
That is the most hypocritical thing I have ever heard. I'm sorry.
Okay.
What do you what okay, what do you mean? Like this is something that has just started and we're working towards doing. So whatever happened yesterday, the day before, or last week doesn't fucking matter. This is a new approach that we just started this weekend. So how she's being a hypocrite and saying don't send me things because part of this full stop is I don't want to see it. Does that mean
No,
the
yes, that is her boundary. I respect that boundary. But I don't know. I'm just going to shut down at this point because I have integrity.
okay? I don't know what that is about. Like, have people in the past been going around sharing each other fucking videos that are being put up and all that good stuff? Yeah. How do you think I know? I'm blocked by everybody. And I've blocked their which I thought was weird that they blocked me and then made spied accounts and then came on those accounts. But
Integrity Farms.
I've blocked people, but you know how I know everything that gets posted? Because I get not one, not two, but multiple people messaging me saying so and so said this today, so and so did that, or they just send me the video. Multiple people. And I even asked, okay, I don't want to see no more. But I've been saying that, right? I've been saying it, but people keep doing it. But now when like I said the other day, if you send it to me, I'm blocking you and I don't care who you are. Hear me loud when I'm telling you this is my fucking boundary. I am at a full stop. I'm sick of it. Do not do it. And I think Wendy's absolutely right. If we're saying don't send it to us because we don't want to see it so we don't react, and you do it anyway, you're not our friend.
And it's not that I'm trying to deliberately push "you're not my friend" off on people to be ugly. That's not my intention. My intention is these are my boundaries. And as a group, we've decided this is going to be the way it's going to work for us. And we're just asking that you respect that. I don't have any fake accounts, but I have known many people in the past that have. And if I gone to them and said, hey, if you see something, say something to me. I'm saying just the opposite today. So if that makes me a hypocrite or lacking integrity, then pull out a dictionary and show me how that lacks integrity just because I've pivoted. A pivot does not make you a hypocrite. It means you've pivoted and you've said, these are my boundaries, and I'm looking and asking that anyone who calls themselves my friend, if you're not my friend and we got each other blocked, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't even apply to that person, right? I'm just talking about moving forward.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know how people can speak and not have, like, your words carry weight and everything you say. I don't understand how people can just be fake like that.
well, I tend to not pay attention to most of this shit. Whenever I get involved in this shit, it's because people are sending me this shit, either on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I'm not paying attention to this crap, but people always get me involved by sending me a bunch of stuff. Sebastian, ah,
Crystal. Hey, Crystal. When you and I
Hi.
communicate with text messages, you always ask me, hey, Bree, yada, yada, yada. Do you want to see it? You always give me the opportunity. I'll say yes, I'll say no. Okay. If in the next 30 days, if I say no, 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 you will know why. I think what you said to Wendy, you said out of a place of hurt. And I wish that was not the case. I truly do.
ooh, a lull. That's the first one. Sebastian, how are you?
I am excited. I've been in communication with my friend, and I've met him in person twice now, and things are going really well.
The internet in England sucks because you sound like you're in a
Yes, it really
tunnel.
does. It really does.
So, Birch, I think what you're seeing and what you're hearing is the majority of us are being reserved and we're holding back and not going full tilt into the BS and this was done and that was done and yada, yada, yada. You know, there really does. I mean, if we want action, if we want things to change, we have to be part of the change. We have to be part of the difference. I mean, trust me, there's a lot of things I could say.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I could say,
Yeah,
but
like
I choose not.
everyone can, but you guys agreed to join me in this effort, and that's the difference, right? You guys are agreeing to join me in this effort of this idea I brought up of how we could approach the situation moving forward. I want to move forward. It's like it's beyond boring to me.
Yeah, I don't have time to learn with all this. I agree to it. I want to get back to my books. I got a ton of books. I've just been letting them collect dust because all I've been doing is fighting.
And I also think because I know a lot of people in the chat now weren't in the chat yesterday or the day before when we all came to terms and agreed to this, that people probably still don't know. Like, I know that this bad part about having multiple lives is that some details, I don't know if you guys talked about them or not, and I don't want to sound redundant.
Well, I'm just over here laughing. Somebody says, "What does Marta see?" And somebody says, "Marta sees all." And then the response really does. She's over here on her phone.
It's always the quiet ones.
It's always the quiet one. Crone wants to come in.
And like, let me reiterate, this is not a fresh start, forgive and forget. I don't believe in that. I believe I'm no longer gonna be bothered by it. You're no longer gonna have that power to fucking interrupt my joy, my peace, and or those around me. I'm gonna support those around me to have better mental health and better days. Whoever wants to join, you're more than happy. But the seriousness of this, I hope what is being shown right now of how serious I am in this and how serious Bree is in on this, is that Bree and I are now mutuals.
See, if y'all have really been following the drama, which that's all you ever follow, look at this. Look at this pattern right here. Bree and Drunken Oracle and me all in the same line. We're almost a year from our anniversary where that was the exact opposite. I'm just saying.
Birch, I never ask you for anything, but I'm about to ask you for something. There is a person in the comment section, Thistle Witches, which is Zappa. I'm asking you out of respect, please do not allow her in the box.
Okay.
She is one of them. She has caused so much harm, and she is just here to stir that pot and incite.
Well, absolutely. The only times that we've had Thistle in the box, that's absolutely what happened. Every time. I think it's 2 or 3 times now. So, and I understand. I mean, that's how we heard about this. The first time this came up, that Bree did the death curse, Bree and Wendy, sorry, did the death curse on Grammy Drew. That was Thistle Witch. So, yeah, not in the box at this time. And there are 2 people who are trying to come in. Let's see. Not gonna let you in. Oh, Bells. We're gonna let Bells in. Oh, all the boxes are filled up. I can't let anybody else in. Sorry.
So, I'm having kind of a bad anxiety day, but so I'm mutuals with 4 of y'all up here, actually. So I'm not saying this as in like I'm not choosing a side here, at all. And I wanted to just say, like, I'm really, really glad to hear about the 30-day, no drama thing. Let's get back to teaching. Let's do all of that stuff. I think that's absolutely like fucking fantastic. The one thing that I'd like to maybe add on and kind of give a PSA about too for like in the future, and this is coming from someone who's a little bit of a victim's advocate. If someone who is uninvolved in the drama is making videos saying that somebody who is in the drama is abusing them, it's not a good idea to use those videos against your enemy in the drama, especially when the person they claim is abusing them has actual physical access to them that physically puts them in danger. So that's all I really wanted to say. If we could just not
I
ever
agree with
do
that
that.
110%.
Yeah, if we
Yeah.
could just not do that in the future ever again, that would be fantastic.
Well, that was something else that we talked about. So, Zafa, I do want to say this to you. This is a, hey, if you want to join us within the community to do this, it's a full stop. It's not a let's kiss and make up. It's not rehashing stuff and coming to, resolution. It's just full on, full stop. Whatever was done yesterday, I no longer give a shit because I'm full stop. And I think if you don't want to participate in that, that's okay. No one's being forced to do anything. But what I am saying on my end is, if you're a perpetrator of drama, I am blocking you. Not that I want to block anybody. I'm saying this is a boundary. I don't want to see it anymore. The part of the 30 days is a full on, full stop.
Yeah, I'm super glad to hear it from you guys, actually. Like, it makes me genuinely really happy. Because I miss WitchTok when we were all just like, dropping ideas at each other and being creative and collaborating and like, oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Or this is a great way that I know how to do this. Just sharing info and like being a community. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say though. I'm just really glad to hear it from you guys. Okay, bye.
Love you, Beth.
All right, y'all. I think we have made some headway, and if we continue to talk, we're going to spark up more drama. So I agree. Today is what, 28th, 29th? 28th.
Yes.
I think. So until the 28th of May, then I'll start all over again. No, I'm just kidding. I agree. Hopefully everybody here agrees. But I gotta stop doing uncle shit and start doing some dad shit and some husband shit. And so I gotta go do some shit. But thank you all for joining. I'm definitely gonna have to share this one on YouTube because it's the most progressive or most progress in any of these lives. And maybe when people don't bring up drama, we'll have them come up in the box. But there just wasn't enough time to bring everybody in the box. So all y'all that were in the boxes and in the comments, thank you very much. I should remind you, there's still probably, I believe it's the 25th. I'm having a sale on tarot readings. Go on to my profile and watch that video, and you'll know how to get all that. I don't think I have anything else to plug right now.
I actually do have something to say. One of our own passed away on April 24th. If you look on Nana's page, her name is Beth. She had a long battle with illness. She was a practitioner. She was a witch, and she passed away on the 24th.
Blessed are the free. I'm not sure if I know her, but sorry for the
She followed you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Nana. All right. Y'all have a good time. Do excellent
Oh, by the
things.
way,
And
may
don't
I
be a
request unspoken magical protection hit sent my way?
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
luck over there across the pond. Blessed be you all. Thanks for coming in. I think we made some progress here. We'll see how that works. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how that works. Uncle Birch, out.
All right. Have a good day, everyone.
Blessings.